हरिओम। स्टिल इनका इनका ये पिन है।
ये पिन रिमूव करेंगे तो आवाज वो अकाउंट से आ रहा है ना, सो सिर्फ वो दिखेगा।
हाँ,
थैंक यू।
पिन रिमूव। I said remove पिन।
पर फिर आपका चेहरा नहीं दिखेगा,
दिख रहा है
लाइव।
वहाँ अनपिन, वहाँ हमको पिन कर दिया उस सेशन में।
Hello, can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, welcome to this session. It's an intro talk on the topic of Swara Yoga. We have with us here Swami Charanajitri, and this is not working. Yeah. Just 1 minute. Is the mic okay? Yeah? Okay. Okay. Should I test it? Okay, start all over again. Hari Om. And the topic is Swara Yoga. And Swara Yoga is a secret science. And we have a master here, Swami Charanajitri, and his wife Atma Vandana ji. And both of them have dedicated themselves to promoting the ancient science of Swara Yoga. It's based on an ancient truth, and it was sort of a secret, so it wasn't shared very easily everywhere. So how Swami Charanashrit ji came across this was when he's been from a spiritual family from small. He comes from a place near Devghar and in Bihar. So we have some other people from Bihar here. And one day when he was 14, he was just coming back from school. And on the banks of a river, he saw one person sitting with all ash smeared body and, meditating. So he called him and he says, "Idhar come, I will tell you something." So he gave him a book on Swara Yoga and he said, "Do you know this?" So Swamiji said, "No, I don't know this." So he says, "No, you know it from your earlier birth. It's just that you're not familiar with it now." So he gave him the book and he gave him 3 sadhanas to do. And he says, "Come back in 3 days and you can ask me any questions." So after 3 days, when Swamiji goes back, there's nobody there. He's asked everybody, "No, there was somebody sitting under this tree. Tell me where he is. I have questions for him." So there's like nobody, for 3 days, nobody's been here who looks like this. So from then on, he started reading the books, practicing, doing his sadhana. And he then met his spiritual guru. They have both qualified from Bihar School of Yoga. So they teach yoga as well. And in addition to Swara Yoga, that is. So his knowledge on Upanishads and Vedas is vast. So since we have this opportunity here, we will open the floor for questions later on. You can ask as much as you want. It's just an intro talk. And if you are interested, then you all can look at other courses. But this is an opportunity to learn this ancient science. And it is very practical. It is very scientific. So any questions, you can try whatever he says here as well. And you can ask. I'll hand over to Swamiji.
हरिओम तत्सत। सब लोग हिंदी में करें या इंग्लिश में? हाँ, प्लीज सिट इन कंफर्टेबल पोजीशन ऑन द चेयर और ऑन द फ्लोर. If you're on the floor, sit in the cross-leg position. If you're on the chair, keep the legs flat on the floor. Keep your hands on your knees in Chin Mudra, bringing the index finger to the tip of the thumb and keep the back of the palm on your knees. Keep your spine straight, head straight, eyes and mouth gently closed. Become aware of your whole physical body from head down the toes. For a moment, notice your body, how you feel at this moment, the thoughts, the state of your body. I'll name some body organs. Take your awareness there and relax. Forehead, eyebrows, ears, eyelids and eyeballs, cheeks, nostril, jaw, lips, chin, tongue, neck, throat, shoulder, arms, fingers, palms, chest, abdomen, back, spine, legs, feet, and toes. Whole body relax from head down the toes, whole body together, whole body together. Now bring your awareness to your natural and spontaneous breath, which is happening right now with your nostrils. Become aware of the incoming and outgoing breath. Do not change the pattern of your breath. Just become aware that you are inhaling and exhaling. Feel the movement of breath going in and coming out. Feel the touch as you inhale and exhale, and notice where it is touching in your nostril. When you inhale, the breath touches the inner wall of the nostril, and it touches on different places. So just become aware of it right now, where it is touching to the side, outer side of the nostril, or top, bottom, inner side, or it is not touching at all. One aspect is movement, one is a touch. Now, take your awareness to your eyebrow center. In between your eyebrows, behind your closed eyes, there's a dark space known as Chidakas, where you see your dreams. All the thought process turns into the reality in the form of dreams. That all happens here. In the middle of that space, visualize your Ishta Devata, any symbol which you like, or a tiny divine flame. Keeping awareness on that, we will chant Om 3 times together. Breathe in deeply for Om chanting. Please repeat after me. Om Maheswaram Namaskrityam Sailajam Gananayakam Guru Cha Paramatmanam Bhaje Sansara Taranam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. हरि ओम तत्सत। अब अपने हथेलियों को आपस में रगड़ के पामिंग का अभ्यास कीजिए। हथेलियों को अपने आंखों पर रख करके धीरे से आंख खोल लीजिए। So I first welcome all of you on behalf of Swara Yoga Pitham Rishikesh to this introductory session on Swara Yoga. And I wish all the best for your today session so that you receive the knowledge and that works for you. Today topic is Swara Yoga. So we'll focus on Swara Yoga only. Swara Yoga is an ancient science of breath. It is very old. It is older than the era of Mahabharata, more than 10,000 years old. Actually, it is lakhs of years old because we are living right now in 28th Chatur Yuga and in that Kali Yuga in Swet Barahakalpa. In Vedic calculations, we have billions of years of calculation of existence and human race and all the activities happening on the earth. So you might be knowing that about the 4 yugas, Satyug, Treta, Dwapar and Kali Yuga. This is the 28th Chatur Yuga. Out of that Kali Yuga is running. So this Chatur Yuga has gone 28 times. Only just in present Manavantara. In one Kalpa, there are 14 Manavantras. Manavantras are equal to 72 Chatur Yugas. One Chatur Yuga is 4,32,000 years. And one Manavantara is 4,33,000 years into 72. So we have crossed 6 Manavantras. So 72 into 6 into 4,32,000 years is crossed in this Swet Barahakalpa. And this is 7th Manavantara in that 28 Chatur Yuga out of 72 is running. So still there are a lot of balanced Chatur Yuga. So this science is very ancient because billions of years has crossed to our race and our lifestyle living. And different Manamantras are also crossed. So many Chatur Yugas are crossed. And in this Chatur Yuga, we have studied the Puranas and Vedas, Ramayana, etc. all happening in this Chatur Yuga. So Treta Yuga, Bhagwan Ram came. In Dwapar, Bhagwan Krishna came. Like that, so many incarnation has happened in previous Manamantras. And that's why I say this is very old. And after that, still it will go on. And one Kalpa is equal to 14 Manamantras. And this is Swet Barahakalpa. We are in the middle of the Swet Barahakalpa. And this science came as a dialogue between Shiva and Shakti. And this is from Agam Shastra. You heard about Agam Shastra? No. We have Agam Shastra, we have Nigam Shastra. Nigam comes Vedas and Puranas. Agamas are the Tantra Shastras. You heard about Tantra Shastra? Tantra Shastra is not black magic. So also I want to clarify. Tantra Shastra is not a black magic. It is a very vast science. Everything in this universe is operated by the Tantra. Tantra is also called as system. We call in India Sasan Tantra. How about a Sasan Tantra, like, political system? If you call it in Sanskrit and Hindi, it's called Sasan Tantra. Judiciary is called Nyaya Tantra. Those who are familiar with the Hindi and Sanskrit, they will understand this word. Nyaya Tantra, Sasan Tantra, a common word. It is used in India. So Tantras means methodology to operate certain thing in a certain ways, rules. Like Nyaya Tantra works on, constitution and all the laws which is formulated by the parliament. And within that 4 corners, they will operate. That's a system. Like that also ruling powers, like those who are operating the government, they are also running with the rules and regulation. So there's a system on that. They cannot go beyond system. Similarly, for the universe to operate, there is a Tantra, there is a system. We all are very much curious about who we are, what is our existence, what are the governing forces of our life. But hardly we come to know about it in much details. We'll read a little bit about philosophies and Upanishads and certain scriptures. And we have an intellectual understanding about it. Abstract intellectual understanding, not the real understanding. For example, if I write a book on sugar, sugar is very sweet, it looks like that, it happens like that. Unless the sugar comes on your tongue, you cannot figure it out what sugar is. Even I write 1000-page book on that and try to explain whatever ways I want. It has to come through the experience. So the intellectual knowledge is just like reading about the sugar, but not knowing the taste of the sugar. So once you have experience, only you understand the real things. So the Agam Shastra is the one branch of school and thought and tradition, which is parallel to the Vedic tradition, and both are interconnected. People fights because they don't understand. Like Vedic concepts or Vedic commands are the eternal rules of the existence, eternal rules. From those rules, universe operates. And Agam Shastras are the practical application through which you can experience the eternal laws, how it operates. You are able to get it? So Vedas are like a concept. This is called eternal cosmic concept through which universe is operating. And Tantra gives the method to understand and experience that. One example, like Newton's third law of motion. We'll take it for example. So he gave every action has got opposite reaction. If you hit your hands on the wall, it will come back with the same force. Now, this is a concept, suppose it's a Vedic concept. You are just knowing that is happening. But when we make a rocket, utilizing this third law of motion and create the thrust of escape velocity, which is equal to 11.2 km speed. So when the rocket engine thrusts more than 11.2 km per second, we can escape the Earth gravitational field and go to the other realm, space. So this practical application of the third law of motion of Newton is utilized in the form of rocket engine. So that is Tantra, through which we are able to experience and utilize that particular law. So Vedic concepts are like eternal laws through which universe is operating. Using those laws, we are building up the sadhanas to experience it, to utilize that is known as Agam Shastra. So anything which makes transformation in your consciousness, in your experience level, in your energy level is known as Tantra. Means method through which you are transforming yourself and experiencing those transformations day by day. There are so many Agam Shastra. Most of the Agam Shastra are very secret because it deals with the existence energy system. It can be misused. So it was kept secret and guarded by the tradition. Few traditions are, which is most important, which was followed in India, was Swara Tantra, the science behind the sun. Ganapatya Tantra, the Tantra and the methods of worship and sadhana is through Ganapati. Vaishnava Tantra, the methods through the Vaishnava Sampradaya, and then Shaiva Tantra. Like in Karnataka, we have Veer Saivas, right? Lingayat. Lingayat are from Shaiva Tantra. Actually, it was only one Shaiva Tantra earlier originated. From there, so many branches came. Shaiva came, then Pasupat, Kapaliks, Veer Saivas. They are all from the same branch. So they are called Shaiva. And then we have Sakta Tantra, in which we worship 10 Mahavidyas. Kali, Tara, Tripur Vairvi, Tripur Sundari, Sodasi, Matangi, Kamala, Dhumavati, Bhuvaneswari, Chinamastika. These are the Mahavidyas. The Sakti Upasana, Devi Upasana is done through that Tantra is known as Sakta Tantra. They are the prominent school. And they're very advanced and powerful to deal with the universal energies, how to direct for certain purposes, even for the self-realization. And in that Swara Tantra was very advanced in India. We see the sunlight from sunrise till sunset. We think like, oh, it is a sunlight. It has got photons. So science knows right now zero about because zero is also a number, about the sun and the light. Means very basics. But yogi knows much more advanced knowledge about the light of the sun. So when sun rises early morning, the light has got different properties, healing properties. As it grows, every ghatikas, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, the quality of light changes. It has got inherent powers. There's certain power in the light in the daytime. If you know the method, you can make a dead person alive. Okay. And you can materialize things from nothing. From nowhere, you can materialize the things. By using sunlight, certain mantras, certain methods, certain glass prisms, it can heal any kind of disease. So recently, one Swamiji was there who was having this knowledge. He was known as Gandha Baba. He used to live in Banaras. He was taken by his gurus through the teleport methods, which is had by yogis once, and taken into the Himalayas, where there is a secret ashram. It is known by various names, Siddhashram, or Gyan Ganj, and so many things. But nobody knows exact location. Where yogis are there, which is doing sadhana from thousands of years. The age are 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 years. So they have preserved these sciences. He was taken there, taught this Vidya, and he was there in Banaras. He has practically made a dead bird alive in the presence of people and scientists. That bird was dead. He took the certain time of the sunlight, certain prisma, kind of yantras, some methods and mantra, and he made the bird alive. He flew for some time, for 1 hour around, and again he came down and again left the body. He said, I know this much, my guru knows more than that. He can make a dead person, human being also alive, and for longer period. So these vidyas are very advanced vidya. We very less know about the light. We just know sunlight is coming, 7 lights are there. No, sun has got more than 300 kinds of important rays, more than 300 kinds. And each rays has a God property to create certain things, the miracles, things which is not there, from nowhere it can be manifested. So those who knows this science, they can do that. After Gandha Baba, hardly we find people who knows this knowledge. Only some people are there who practice. They can take energy without food. They can live with the sunlight. Some sadhaks are there like that still. Similarly, we have Saivatantra, Sakta, which has got advanced knowledge. And we are ahead more than thousands of years from present science. Like in Swara Yoga, we have concept of circular time and space. Concept, but they have linear time and space. As long as they are linear time and space concept, they can never reach to the reality. So what Einstein did and all this keep changing. The concepts are keep changing every 20 or 30 years. Because the core concept is not known by the scientists till today. So we'll discuss now on this is Saiva Agamas, which is Swara Yoga. This is just introductory knowledge about what was Agamas, what they can do. So whenever somebody says that they are advanced, you should not feel shy about that. We are much advanced. I have met many scientists and I made them convinced that we are thousands of years ahead than your knowledge, which is called physical sciences like physics and chemistry. So Indian civilization was well developed, much ahead than all the civilization. We could have not rule. We could have been going in bulk to moon today. We have just landed moon, but if our minds were utilized from 1800 that time till now, we could have normally gone to the Mars and moon, even sun, near the sun. Possibilities are there because we have knowledge. We have never decoded our shastras. We have all the knowledge. We have Rasayan Shastra, where a child can be made in very short span young. Like within 6 months, he can gain the brain and the development of the psyche and the body equal to 18 years of child. It is there in our Shastra. It was there, but it is lost because of burning of the books and so many other things. But still, so many knowledge are preserved in our Shastra. We don't understand. In Bhagavad Gita also many practices are there. But if you read normally, you will make a literal meaning of that. Literal meaning because your eyes can hear that the hidden knowledge behind it. So Swara Yoga is a science of breath. We are breathing in and out 24 hours from the birth. The first breath after the birth, when the child comes out of the womb of the mother, is the beginning of the life. And from there, the breath continues. And the last breath, when breath leaves, that is the end of the life. So suppose you exhale and hold the breath or inhale. This is not a death. It is still there. The prana and the breath is still within your body. Once the breath leaves the body, you cannot inhale again. Finished. So body is known as dead after that. So life exists between two breaths. The first breath and the last breath. So all the secrets of life lies in the breath. Your breath is very mysterious. Breath is the only system which is connected with the voluntary and involuntary functions of the brain and our awareness. Suppose I say, stop. You can't do that because it is completely involuntary. If I say, stop your breath, you can stop. And even in deep sleep, breath goes on by its own, slowly, 24 hours. So it has connection with all the dimensions of your existence. इसका बैटरी का कुछ इशू लग रहा है. So we must know about the breath. The breath has to overcome your destiny, your fate. We always call anything happens, oh, it was my destiny. That's why it has happened. We get in our life success, failure, pain, pleasure, happiness, sorrow, name, fame, and sometime bad name, man, apman. So we have various kind of experiences. Why it is happening? We say it is happening because it is written in our fate, in our bhagya, prarabdha. But this prarabdha operates through the breath. Your breath is the master key to operate your prarabdha. So even your fate, your bhagya cannot operate without the breath. Now, the prarabdha is known as also the portion of Kala Purusha. Kala Purusha means Kala, which gives birth, death, and all the experience. So the Kala Purusha cannot hide himself or herself on the breath. Breath is known as Mahakal. Mahakal means Lord of time or Iswara of time. So time is the lower dimension of movement of energy. Mahakal controls the time. So on the dimensions of Mahakal, the time cannot hide itself. So normally we don't know what is going to happen next moment. Recently, one person was going in Rishikesh and rainy season and nicely enjoying on the bike. A tree fell and he died. He was not knowing next moment what is going to happen. He was going normally. But your breath can tell you beforehand because the time plan is revealed in front of breath. So suppose somebody is Swara Yogi. He's living from the house and checks his breath pattern. And he sees there is a death energy active in my breath or energy which is not conducive to travel now. So what he will do? Now it is revealed already to the person that something is going to be very wrong. So what he will do? He will change with his own knowledge the pattern of breath, and the Kala Purusha who is operating through your breath, his plan is shattered and a new plan is built. So what happened? Either you will cross before the falling the tree and after falling the tree. So that moment will not take place. That is already changed, edited, and made changes in the energy system. So the Kala Purusha works with the energy system. The Kala is not different from the energy. The Kala has got two aspects, the time and the energy. And both are complementary of each other. The whole universe is run by the changes in the universe energy, and nothing is constant and stable. Everything is moving. Sun is moving, moon is moving, earth is moving, our body, our heart is moving, and blood is moving, our breath is also moving. So everything is moving, and there is a constant change happening. And those changes are measured by the time. So unless the energy doesn't change, the time cannot be measured. Suppose earth, sun, moon is stopped. Everything is stopped. So there will be nothing. No time will happen, zero time. There will be no changes happening. What will measure? because there is no change. We say morning I started, I took 2 hours to reach certain place. So we measure the changes, movement. And once movement takes place, we can measure it. Suppose you plant a tree, after 1 month it gives fruit or something vegetable. You say, I planted just 1 minute, 1 month back, 30 days back, now I'm getting the vegetable fruits from that. So that 30 days changes take place. Suppose time is stopped for the sake of logic, and it is stopped for 1 trillion light years. Light year means in 1 second how much light travels, as per in 1 year how much it travels is called 1 year. Suppose 1 trillion light year. And then again energy starts and everything starts moving. So suppose I am talking like this on the mic and I say my hand like this and time stop, I'll be like this only. No decomposition, no bacteria will form. Whatever is there as it is. And then what happens? After 1 trillion year, once the time is again triggered and started, my hand will go like this. I will not even notice that 1 trillion year, the time has just stopped because there was no change in the energy. So no memory is created, nothing is created. So I will feel normal. So time has got 2 aspects and both are dependent on each other. So once energy moves and makes changes in the universe, because earth is moving, day and night is happening. So we make dates and time. And also our body also having all the changes. So we are growing, the cells are growing. So that changes measure as a past, present, and future. So past, present, and future is the effect of energy changes. Got it? So this is the core concept of the time and energy. As per Agamas. Now in Swara Yoga, what happened? The Kala Purusha is operating through the breath, and all the changes happening is also form of energy. Your karma is energy. Your prarabdha is energy. So through the energy, it comes in the form of thoughts and emotions. Suppose somebody is sitting and he has to get a bad experience and die, suppose. So he'll never go in the river to bath. He will have, I'll go to the inner river. A thought will come. And the Kala Purusha will sit in his body and all the nadis are controlled. So when each and every step is controlled by the Kala Purusha, he will go in the particular place where he has to drown. He will enter in the river. He will move a little bit. He will get some kind of sleep or some current will come. He will wash away and drown. So the thought which came through the Kala Purusha, the energy turn into the thought and thought pushes into the action and that actions gives the result. But if he is a Swara Yogi, he will check the breath and say, no, this is not right time to go because my death or some very, very negative prominent energy is there in my breath. So he will change or he will wait or he will not go at all. So that way we can overcome the clutches of time. The clutches of time is not permanent. As long as you are ignorant about that, as long as you don't know the governing forces of your existence and your life, who is governing, then you are definitely controlled by the destiny. And next moment, what is going to happen in your life, you don't know. But once you know this, you know everything. So the Swara Yoga operates on the dimension of time and space. And that all the time energies are manifested in your breath. And you can find out. And it has got various dimensions. It's a very vast science. And it is kept secret because it deals with the energy of existence. So people who has mastered, they can misuse it. So they have to elevate it to a certain level. And that's why my Guruji had told not to reveal the other aspect of Swara Yoga. So we only teach which can make you beneficial, that will be good for your sadhana and in your life. You will get prosperity, abundance, success, health, happiness. You cannot misuse it because we don't give that knowledge at all. Like shadow. Light, there is a light principle in shadow. Shadow contains a lot of energy about the person. Through the shadow, a person can be controlled. Just by the shadow. If I do something with the shadow of the person, all these things will change. Edited. So we don't teach all those aspects. We teach only the sadhanatmak aspect which can benefit you, your self life. And then he permitted me to teach those parts. So we'll come on that. So we have various nadis in our body. I'm going brief because we have 2 hours. In that you must know certain practices. So day to day you can practice. So nadis operates in our body. And I'm talking about the subtle nadis which carries the energy not the blood vessels. This is also called nadis, no? When you pulse. And nadi has come from nad dhatu of Sanskrit. Nad means to flow. So it is utilized in many places. Sanskrit is a language. One word utilizes many places. Root words like nad is the root word. From there, nadi, nali, nadi, subtle nadis like pranic. So nad dhatu is there in the background. The same word. Where something is flowing, the nad dhatu takes over on that word. So nadi has come from nad dhatu, and I am talking about the sukshma nadis. Sukshma means subtle nadis, which carries energy. We cannot see it. Like current. Wire is same. Whether you disconnect the current from the wire, it will look same, isn't it? And you pass the current. Only you can see when you touch, you will get the shock. If there is no current, you can catch the wire. Wire is same. So body is like a wire, and the current is flowing is known as prana. And there is subtle channel like wires, which is not visible. And in that prana flows. So we have 72,000 nadis as per Swara Yoga. In some Shastra, it says 350,000. But you don't need to go to the details of the nadis and the numbers, because whole life will go in counting the nadis and their names, and that doesn't make sense. So what Swara Yoga says, you know, the three chief nadis, and they are known as Pingala, Ida, and Susumna. And they are the master nadis which controls other 72,000 nadis. So when they are controlled and balanced, the other 72,000 nadi also works up to optimum level and in the balanced state. Because they are dependent on these nadis. They themselves has no existence to operate with certain energy. Whatever patterns of energy is happening in this nadi, they will be impacted. And accordingly, they will create the situation in the body, mind, and the organs everywhere. So Pingla nadi is connected with the right nostril breathing. So when you are breathing from right nostril, it is Pingla. When you breathe from the left nostril, it is Ida. And when you breathe equally from both the nostrils, it is known as Susumna. You don't breathe from all the nostrils together. In one given time, only one nostril is active. Many people think that both the nostrils are breathing. No. In one given time, one nostril only is active. So if your right nostril is active, it is connected with the Pingla energy. Which energy? Pingla. When the breath flowing from the left nostril, it is connected with the Ida energy. And when it is flowing with both the nostrils equally, that is known as Susumna Nadi. Pingla is also known as Surya Nadi. The sun energy is also connected with the Pingla, and the Chandra Nadi is connected with the Ida, left nostril. So left nostril, three names you remember: Chandra Nadi, Bam Nadi, or Ida Nadi. And right nostril is Surya Nadi, Dakshin Nadi, or Pingla Nadi. And the center one is called Madhya Nadi or Susumna Nadi. How many of you have heard this before? Raise your hands. Okay, nadis, so you know about it. But these three nadis are connected with these three breathing techniques. Now, all the secrets of life are hidden in that. So, Bhagwan Shiv says about this, Brahmanda Khanda Pindadya Swara Naive Nirmita. Srishti Sanghara Kartacha Swara Sakshat Maheswara. Brahmand means the entire universe, galaxies and all galaxies, clusters of galaxies. And Pind means within the galaxy, one strongest celestial bodies which operates our life. That is called solar system. We have 9 planets and nakshatras, 27, 28 nakshatra, zodiacs. All are known as Pinda. Brahmanda, Khanda. And Pind is we are the Pind. So Brahmanda, Khanda, Pindadya. All three are created by the breath. Now you'll be surprised how this is created by the breath. The breath is the Xerox copy in everybody. The breath is only one. We have got Xerox copy operating in each and every body. Breath is eternal. So it has got 5 elements sitting on that. And this 5 element turns into 25. And then that constitute the body, sense organs, organ of action, pranas, etc. And then we experience then Saptadhatu and then the body, and then we experience through the Gyanendriya, sense organs, the universe. For example, I remove your sense organ for the sake of logic, that all the sense organs are removed and kept aside. Physical and subtle both. Subtle means when you dream, that time also sense organ works, right? So suppose your eyes is not there, even you can dream that sun is rising and everything is happening. So suppose your subtle senses, which comes in the dream, and the physical senses, eyes and tongue and everything, and their power is removed. Just tongue has got taste power, remove that. Eyes has got vision power, remove. Skin has got touch and feeling senses, remove. Right? Smell from the nose, remove. So all the senses, physical and subtle, is removed, kept aside. What you will experience? Nothing. No experience at all. Everything becomes zero. So whole universe will disappear. Everything will disappear. Nothing will happen. Even somebody cuts your hand, you will not feel at all. Because it is part of 25 portion of the 5 elements. The 5 element divides into 25. Like eye has come from fire element. The taste has come from water element. So these all the organ of action and sense organs are the part of 5 elements. So the main constituent of the universe is 5 elements. And that's why Bhagavan Shiva is telling Brahmanda Khanda Pindadya Swara Neve Nirmita. It is all created by the breath, because breath holds all 5 elements on it, and that becomes 25. That body constitutes, and body uses that 5 elements like sense organ, etc., to perceive the things and operate in this universe and get all the experiences. But if this is removed, everything becomes zero. Just one portion out of 25. Just I am talking about 5 only. If others are removed and merge into the 5 elements. So everything operates through the breath. Nothing happens in your life, not a single moment, which is not happening because of breath. The breath is the key factor, and it's the most secret aspect of our existence. You can know beforehand your death time. You can create the death if you don't want to leave the body, live in the body. Suppose you are satisfied, you have been all the knowledge, and you think that now leave the body, just sit and leave the body and create a pattern of breath, and the body will be separated. And also some death is coming like 2 months ahead. Somebody has to die normally, maybe through some disease in the hospital or somewhere in the home. Normally also death, the body starts preparing few months ahead, and the breath patterns will change. So once you know the Swara Yoga, you will see this is going very rhythmic, and it is indicating death in 2 months, in 90 days, and you don't want to die. So what you can do, you will start operating your breath by yourself. You will not allow that pattern to happen. You will bring the pattern which sustains the life. So the Kala Purusha is trying to take your body as per the life you have got, but you have altered it. And then that you can escape. You can live more. If your body is able to support and healthy, then you can continue. And you can also make it healthy with the breath if something is wrong. So it is the science to overcome the Kala Purusha laws. So you are beyond the Kala Purusha. You create your own laws. So all things is happening through the breath. All the bhagya, destiny, whatever you're doing, the breath is the key factor. So these 3 nadis you have to understand. Each and every action has a connection with a nadi. For example, suppose you are having meals. Example ke taur par. If your right is flowing, if you are having meals, and your right flows for 1 hour after the meals, you can never get any digestive problem in your life. That is the insurance against the digestive system. And not only that, one wrong action can create multiple effects, not only digestion. If you eat in the left nostril, it will destroy your digestive system slowly, and it will create a lot of problems, not on the digestive system, on the liver, on the kidney, on the brain, on the eyes, ears, everywhere. So the root, from there, all the distortion starts, all the imbalances starts. So body has given certain channels for certain kind of activities. The Pingala is given for digestion, food assimilation, distribution, and creating pranas. Ida is given different purpose in the body. That is not supposed to do the digestive part, because that time Pingala will sleep. If Pingala is sleeping, then Ida, who has not having knowledge of digestion and giving the direction to the intestine to flow this hormone and enzyme for digestion, and knowing the rasas type, they don't have knowledge, then what will happen? Then food will get rotten in the body for more hours, and it will be heaviness you will feel, and again your body cannot absorb the right nutrients because the knowledge is not there in the Ida Nadi, and those sensors are sleeping in the intestine. So simply it is going to create much and more problems in your life. So when you eat food you're in the right nostril always, you are always healthy. This is example. But if you eat your food in left nostril, within 7 days you'll become sick. You can try. What happens normally? Sometime by luck or by the flow of nadis, if you are eating 60 times in a month, then I'll just put the aeroplane mode. So if we are eating 16 or 90 times in a month, and suppose 50, 60 times, your pingla is flowing in 50 times ida by fluke, unknowingly, somehow it just takes here little bit. हम गिरते चढ़ते नहीं होता है, थोड़ा सा गिर गया, थोड़ा सा चढ़ गए. So like that life goes. But still it can create problem. So we have to know in which nadi and in which tattvas what action to be performed. Now this is just for 2 hour session. We will not touch the tattva at all. Tattvas are most important because nadi and tattvas. Suppose you are doing a Griha Pravesam and your nadi is left and tattva on that. Tattva also flows in the nadi. There is a way to know about it. Earth element is flowing on that in your breath. So what happens? If you do Griha Pravesam in that time, the house will be giving prosperity for a long time, health, happiness to the entire family, many generations. But again, if your pingla is flowing, fire element is flowing and air, if fire is flowing, you can never happy, fight, imbalances, diseases, and short of money, always problems. Same house, same time you are entering. It creates a cosmic sanskara of energy. And that samskara is inbuilt in the universe. So anything connected to that house happens. If positively created, it will give positive outcome. Suppose you are starting a business with something or some work you are doing with from that house. You go to the office. The officer will simply create so many problems, write notes. This is not there, that is not there, will not do it. And your things will linger. Because the cosmic sanskara created with that element influences the mind of the person connected with that house immediately. But if sanskara is created earth element and left nostril, you just go and walk through, everything is over. So you are always into the positive and good happiness, balance, everything is there in that house when you stay. So all things are energy. It is not visible. That doesn't mean it is not working, it is working. So we have for every action, a particular element and nadi should be there. So each nadi has got 5 elements on it. So when you are breathing from right nostril, it can go for 1 hour, 1.5 hours. In that 5 element comes in the ratio. So you can check the element. There is a way to find out. And then accordingly, you can perform the actions. Left nostril also got element. So now we'll talk only about the nadis. So first, how to find out the nadis. You know now the 3 important nadis are there. Which nadi is active in your nostril right now? Let us find out. So how to check is you make a triangle like this, fix on your nostril and exhale. And you'll see in one palm, there is a air. Keep the palm open like this, yes. Exhale. How many people have right? How many have got left? And how many people feel both? Those who feel both, I want to check. You come. I want to check. Because sometimes people feel both is also a mistake. I want to check. Why I want to check is I'll tell you.
So check in this manner.
This. Yes, you can, yeah.
You can just place a downward triangle and you can also feel it over there. You can check in both the places. Suppose if your nose is blocked, then you can just blow through the mouth.
Right flow ho raha hai. You have to not blow fast. Normal exhalation. Check. And then you'll find out the nadis. कौन सा नाड़ी? माता जी थोड़ा हाथ ओपन कर लीजिए. हाँ, yes. उतना नहीं, थोड़ा सा. हाँ, बस. हैं? जाके थोड़ा अनु, can you just go and check? हाँ, ज्यादा वाला होगा. समटाइम 0 फ्लो रहेगा, कभी कभी बोथ में भी रहता है हल्का सा, बट जो ज्यादा चल रहा है वही मानेंगे उसको. लेकिन मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम इट विल बी 0 फ्लो, ओनली वन विल बी एक्टिव. ऐसे करके देखिए, ऐसे उनको बोलिए अन्नू, you can ask her to do like this.
How many are not sure at all? You're not sure at all.
पता चला? किसको किसको पता नहीं चल रहा है? बोलिए। Your right is flowing. जोर से एक्सेल करना, नॉर्मल एक्सेल। अब चेक कीजिए, राइट फ्लो हो रहा है, दबाना नहीं है नाक को, नाक को नहीं दबाना है। अब पता चला इसमें, है ना? राइट, योर्स
I think both.
लाइक दिस, थोड़ा सा जोर से, इतना ही देखिए, ऐसे। हाँ, योर इज बोथ। I want to confirm because in classes always there is a problem opening out the nostrils. Many people reports मेरा दोनों चल रहा है, check करते हैं, when I check them then I find always right or left is flowing. So सही चल रहा है, आपका कौन सा चल रहा है? You are not able to figure it out, just exhale. आपका right चल रहा है, right. You find out right also. नहीं, अभी कीजिए, थोड़ा सा धीरे से अपना करेंगे ना तो आपको ऑब्जर्व होगा, इधर टच होगा, हो रहा है ना? तो ये जरूरी होता है। अब हम ऑनलाइन रहते हैं ना तो पीपल आर ऑलवेज कैसे कैसे, उसको चेक नहीं कर सकते हैं। ऑनलाइन क्लास में एक प्रॉब्लम होता है, दोनों हो रहा है महाराज जी, तुम्हारे दोनों हो रहा है, एक मिनट फिर करो, नहीं राइट हो रहा है दोनों, इसमें थोड़ा सा है, ये ज्यादा है, ये ऐसे कर रहा है। अब बताओ, इसमें लग रहा है ज्यादा, है ना? समझ में आया? इसको थोड़ा ऐसे करो, दाहिने में लग रहा है,
मुझे दोनों लग
नहीं
रहा
हम तो दाहिने लग रहा है। अब इसमें प्रैक्टिस करना पड़ेगा। आपको माता जी पता चल गया, यू नो व्हिच इज फ्लोइंग? आप एक्सेल कीजिए, आप एक्सेल कीजिए, एक्सेल ऐसे कीजिए, एक्सेल। भी आकाश तत्व चल रहा है, किनका? इनका भी आकाश चल रहा है, इनका भी आकाश चल रहा है। और समटाइम आकाश तत्व comes ना, आकाश, the space element, you cannot find out the nostril clearly. जोर से थोड़ा ऐसे की देखिए, दबाइए मत, ऐसे एक्सेल कीजिए। आपका भी आकाश तत्व चल रहा है, आपका लेफ्ट ही चल रहा है, आकाश तत्व चल रहा है। इसमें this is the way you can find out, either like this or like this, both the way you can find out which nadi is flowing. Okay, now you know how to find out the nadis. Now if you know the nadis, and suppose you are having meals, the food has come, the plate has come, and you find out left is flowing, then you know that it is going to be going to make you sick if you eat. So you have to change. Changing is very easy. So what you have to do is, one is this yoga danda you have seen earlier in rishis and yogis. This is the yoga danda used by the yogis and rishis for this purpose, to change the nadis, because this is the yoga which is practiced by the advanced yogis. So this is always there in the hand, because they don't perform anything against the nature. So if you are with the nature, nature is with you. If you are against the nature, nature is against you. Simple principle. So if nature means the entire universe, all the deities, devatas, all the energies, if you perform according to their energy activities in your life, there will be no distortion, there will be no imbalances. So they're always with you. So when they are with you, whatever you do, you'll get success, you'll get money, prosperity, happiness, and negative quality will go out of your body. So by default, you don't have to practice rigorously in ahimsa, non-violence, truthfulness. It will start manifesting by yourself. You will start following that path, because energy will keep changing. As you align with the universal energy, those qualities will stop automatically. You don't like those qualities. So this is the way how to do is like yoga danda. If your right is flowing and you want to close, or left is flowing, want to close. Whatever nadi you want to close, that armpit you should keep. Suppose you want to flow right, just keep under you, and left is flowing, you want to close this. So that side only you should keep under the armpit, and little pressure you can give, and just observe your breath. Within 30 seconds to 2 minutes, your breath will shift to the right. So the yoga danda. If you don't have yoga danda, I'll tell you the other methods. The second method is lying down. Suppose your left is flowing or right is flowing, you want to flow up opposite. So left to right, you want to flow, just lie down by your left side. So left side will touch the floor and right will face the ceiling, the sideward. So the ceiling part will open, right will open. If you want to close the right, just lie down by your right side, so left will open. Clear this is? Anybody has doubt? The third method is your chair. Anu, can I have the chair here? This one, this plastic one. Here you can bring. So you can see this. This chair is there. Now this back support is there. So if you want to change your right nose to your left, do that. Just you sit. Nobody will know also. In your name is there. You just sit like this. This is there. Just put your armpit like this. Okay. Bas aapka daina chalu ho jayega. If you want to flow your left nostril, just turn like that and talk to your colleagues. You start doing the work also, and also keep change. So with the chair also you can change. Sometimes sofa. This sofa is there here. So if you are sitting here, just sitting like this, your right will flow. And the other side of sofa will go, your left will flow. So many methods are there. You can, carry on with. Even in airports and all, you can use this kind of bag. Suppose this is there, you are sitting on the chair. So what you can do? This is like yoga danda, isn't it? So in airport also, you can change or somewhere else when you are on travel.
You can use a towel, hold your towel or a small water bottle.
So
Yeah.
that will take little time because all the points are not pressed in symmetry because fingers are separate. So some points will press. This yoga danda does best. And after that, these methods. Lying method is also very fast and quick. So let us change the nadi. Check your nadi now. And if your right is flowing, change the left using your chair, back support, or lying down. And if your left is flowing, that left side. So you change opposite nostril. So you experience that nadi has changed. Any side, you can change any side. Yeah. So Anu, you can check. Yeah, you can lie down.
You can change to any of your nadi which you like.
This is very vast science. So many things are there, but I am trying to teach you what is daily life you can use and you can make your life much better. जिसका चेंज हो जाएगा बताइएगा. चेंज हो गया. चेंज हुआ. Change. Changed, isn't? And also there is a method through which you can eat. Normally, olden days, you used to sit on ground and eat. Now there is a dining table. So there you can sit like this. Like this. Like there is a plate in front of you. You can see the knee here. I can just keep my armpit left on the knee and I will start eating like this. So this is keep always fix the right nostril. So you don't have left nostril. Just ये है ना ऐसे यहाँ पर डाल करके ऐसे हाथ रख करके और ऐसे खाना है प्लेट सामने में. So you can easily adjust and you can eat. So पहले के लोग ऐसे ही खाते थे. वो छोड़िए उसको भी. तो Devaraha Baba, he lives for 350 years. Devaraha Baba, he left the body in I think 1989. He lived for 350 years. 350 years. Because he was guru of my grandfather, great grandfather. My grandfather also was disciple. And he took me once. So that time he was old only. So he said that my father saw him like this only and his father also saw like him. So he was there, but he, after 350 years something, he left the body. He used to practice Swara Yoga. So he used to use this knee only, most of the time knee methods. Sitting, he has knee, long knee, but anybody can change with the knees. And eating with this posture will make sure that your right only flows. Sometime what happens, you will change the right, and while sitting, it will shift the left. You don't notice. But if you do like this, it will continuous flow to the right. And when you eat food, you should keep your right nostril 1 hour active. During the food and after the food 1 hour. And if you know Vajrasana, you can sit in Vajrasana. If it is changing, lie down by your left side somewhere so the right flows. So if you keep 40 minutes at least after the food, you won't get any digestive problem. And if you have chronic digestive problem, it will be cured within 15 to 20 days if you start following from today. So you don't have to go to the doctors. You don't have to go to any places and endoscopy and all these things. This all will be restored just by following the nadis. If you follow the nadi, we can save the expenses of all the medical sciences. You don't need that because body is the big master. If I have some problem, no, my body will tell. I can understand immediately some problem is there. So I can take action accordingly. Now there's just people are so dependent. Little bit sir dard, doctor के पास. जरा सा पेट दर्द, doctor के पास. Doctor ने इतना medicine लिख दिया जाइए संतुष्टि के लिए. उसको क्या लगता है? If you say there is a pain, he will give painkiller. Then kidney will damage. If you go to kidney damage, dialysis, and finally you die. Then their work is over. That's what. So, so medical science is good when there is an emergency. Suppose emergency accident, something is cut out. So there are stitches and all this thing, antibiotics. But for a small thing, you don't need to go to doctor all the time and keep taking medicine. You can avoid. Some people got magic relief from the, what is called headache, migraine. I have cured so many people with just simple miracle medicine. Suppose somebody has migraine, they have to just take 1 glass of curd. Early morning before sunrise, drink. That's all. And within 10 days, your migraine will be over. Homemade curd or any, koi bhi curd chalega. What? Allergic to milk. I think that is also because of certain imbalances. If you follow Swara Yoga, the allergy will go first. So let's now talk about the applications, because now you know the nadis, how to find out, you know how to change also. So what are the activity you should perform in Pingla Nadi, Ida Nadi and Susumna Nadi? So starting with Pingla, right nostril, all the meals you should take in the right nostril. Lunch, breakfast, dinner. Then passing a stool, right nostril. Passing a stool, right nostril. Then taking bath, right nostril. So खाना नहाना पखाना एक word है. खाना नहाना पखाना 3 time, 3 काम right में. And the 4th one is cutting the nails and the hair, shaving hairs. You know, this is life part of the body, hair or nails. So when you cut, it has got fearful expression, the cells. And that creates a subtle memory in our body and mind, because body is the physical extension of mind. So when there is a fear in your body, in certain parts, it will become permanent. So then we develop fear and phobia. You heard the disease, fear and phobia. It happens because you cut the nails and hair in the left nostril. Left is called Nari Sakti. So it's very komal, soft. It cannot take the cruel action. This is cruel action, cutting the nails and hair, cruel. So right can take, it is a Purusa, it's a Surya. So Surya power will take over those kind of fear. It will not create any sanskara. So if you cut in the left, fear and phobia. If you cut in the right nostril, that will not develop. So khana, nahana, pakhana, or cutting nails and hair in the right nostril. All physical actions, strong action, cruel actions are in the right nostril. Even cutting the tree is the cruel action. And you have to cut the tree, suppose, somewhere, then it should be started in the right nostril and done in the right, not in the left. So all fires, cruel actions are done in the right nostril. All the risky jobs are done in the right nostril, like investing in share market or gambling, etc. Where results are not known, the Pingla helps when results are not known. Suppose you have a public speech and meeting, you want to influence the mass and people. The Pingla is good for that, not Ida. Even there is a meeting of 20 people and you want to put forward your point of view and everybody, you want them to accept. Pingla will work that time. Pingla, if it is there, then your opponents are very less that time. So Pingla works in that also. After that, riding some race, horse riding, racing with the horse or the car, the Pingla will give good result, not the Ida. If you are flowing Ida and you are going in the car race, the what is called that Formula 1 or something, then they will lose. They will be behind. So उसमें right nostril ही काम करेगा. Horse riding or racing, gambling, risky things. What? Yeah, it is in cyclic manner, but because of our lifestyle, it is not moving cyclically. It should be from sunrise 1 hour each nadi should flow. And for every day, particular nadi is there. Like today nadi was Pingla. So today's sunrise time, your Pingla nadi should have flown. And from 1 hour difference, Ida, Pingla, 1 hour. But it.
Assume that you're racing and you said to keep the right nostril active. So this Swara Yoga helps you to control it?
Yeah, it controls.
For
It
that-
helps to
for the-
control and also win over.
For the duration of the race.
Race, yes.
Fine.
And when Ida is there, never put money on the race. You'll be losing the money. So, coming to the Ida Nadi, left nostril, drinking water, passing urine, taking herbal medicines. All herbal Ayurvedic medicines you should take in the Ida Nadi, left nostril. The power of medicine increase multifold and effects. All auspicious work should be done in the left nostril. Pushti, Vriddhi. Pushti karma, Vriddhi karma in Karma Kanda. You do Ganapati Homa, you do Surdasan Homa for well-being of your family, for prosperity. When you do puja, aiming material prosperity and gains, you should do in Ida Nadi only. And the performance done for the cruel actions, now this is not relevant. Marana, Mohana, Uchatana, Vasikarana, Astambana, Vidyasana, Akarsanas, they are done in Pingla Nadi. So all the Saumya work, soft work and auspicious work is done in the Ida Nadi. All the puja, all the anushtanas, Upnayan Sanskara, naming ceremony of the child, Diksha, Guru Diksha, initiation, housewarming ceremony, Griha Pravesham, and also Bhumi Puja, buying property, marriage. These all are buying clothes, buying jewelry. They're all in Ida Nadi. So in Pingla, when you have meals, you can have 200 ml of water. Sometimes it gets stuck in the neck. Sometimes something is very thick, you are not able to engulf. So for that, you can take some sips. So 200, 150 ml water is okay. But you can't drink during the meal time, Pingla Nadi, 2-3 glasses of water to fulfill your thirst. It is better that you flow your left nostril, take 3-4 glasses of water, and after half an hour, you have meals, flowing the right nostril. So a little bit water you can take. And it is required also to make the peristalsis movement in the body perfectly. And when left is there, you drink 2-3 glass or 1 liter of water one time, no problem. And keep the left nostril for half an hour so that water get assimilated in the body and all the water kriya happens. Because what has to happen with the water, body knows when Ida Nadi is flowing. So water kriya, all the activities of the water takes place in the Ida Nadi. So you'll be always healthy and healing process will be perfect in the body. Your immune system will be stronger. So drink water in the left and pass urine also in the left. So I think this is Ida and Pingala. Then Susumna. In Susumna, only the act related to Atma, Atma Kalyan, meditation, mantra, Guru mantra jap you do, no? The mantras. All these things, meditation, yoga, and all the things are good in Susumna Nadi. Nothing else. Any material work done in the Susumna will give very disastrous result. So never do that. Only spiritual for the Atma Kalyan.
Creative work and the sciences.
All the logical aspect of the mind, like mathematics, analytical, observations, all this thing is done in Pingala Nadi, and all the artistic work like painting, music, art, all this thing done in the Ida Nadi. That will give good result. And Susumna, all the meditation and spiritual activities for mokshas you do, that is only in the Susumna Nadi. Yes, Sula?
Most of the time when we meditate, the Sushupta will flow. And whenever our meditative state, and when you reach the state of no mind, that is the Sushupta state. That time, if you ask anything, that will manifest. So how do you think very material
No, material thing will manifest in Ida and Pingala. No, Susumna is not conducive for that energy. That you can make sankalpa for moksha and samadhi and other thing, that will work. That will work. Yes.
You said how change from Ida to Pingala, Pingala to Ida. How to Shumna?
Okay. For Susumna flow, you I will just mute the video. For Susumna flow, you have to press here, this place. There is a bone, there is a little bit of depth here. And you press that for 2 minutes, it will flow. Just check it out. You can mute for just a while. There, audio mute. कितने लोग का हो गया सुषुम्ना? हो गया ना? Yes, from backside everybody has got. You got सुषुम्ना? हो गया. हुआ? Usually sometimes it's safe for 50 minutes, but कुछ समय में जा भी सकता है. लेकिन अगर ठीक से करेंगे प्रैक्टिस तो 15 मिनट तक रहता है. 10-15. तो इसमें तो फिर बीच में दबा दीजिए, क्या दिक्कत? हाँ, दबा करके उसको सुषुम्ना कर दीजिए. हो गया ना सुषुम्ना? So you can follow Ida, Pingala and Susumna. These things you should not share with anybody because it's a personal sadhana. It's a traditional knowledge. It is not there written in the books. So only for sadhak it is required. It's not to display, I know this, I can flow Susumna. Now this, no, then immediately they will start making YouTube videos. How to flow Susumna, you can press here and they will start marketing it. So we don't want to do that. Yes. Sometimes it happens. When you do meditation, sometimes Sushumna may operate by its own. But many times it will be Ida Pingla. So when it is Pingla, you will have disturbances of thoughts. You always say, some people says, I have a lot of thoughts when I do meditation, I am getting a lot of disturbance because of Pingla and Ida Nadi. When Pingla Ida is ceased and Sushumna is flowing, then you don't get disturbance. Your meditation will be very calm and soothing, and you'll go deeper into that. So your meditation will grow very fast. You are close to the samadhi and a state of meditation quickly. Sometimes what happens when you are near the gurus and receiving the knowledge with a lot of devotion and attention, the Sushumna flows. That is because of that. So metabolism. Same, when you flow the activities and the nadi align, then this will increase automatically. You are saying that digestive powers and all are reduced overall. This will regain. This will regain with the practice of Swara Yoga. All will work optimum level, like a young 20 age, what was happening, it will start happening in any age when you follow the principle. Yes, it will balance. If somebody has thyroid, it start practicing Swara Yoga and start eating in the Pingla, Ida and water and other things, then they'll see in coming 1 month, they will start measuring normal function of the thyroid. It also harmonizes the hormonal imbalances, it will bring to balanced state. So only thing you have to practice it. Just listening will not work. You have to start from tomorrow. Then one more thing you have to do. Early morning when you get up from the bed, you check for the nostril. Okay. And then you can step down with the active nostril. Suppose your right is flowing. Put your right leg on the floor. If your left is flowing, put your left leg on the floor first and then the right. If right is flowing, touch the right leg and then bring the left leg. This much you should do. This is very important. Early morning, your Swara will start balancing with the universe. Because when you sleep in the night, all the prana goes inside and it starts coming out. So when it comes in the new world, the active Swara aligns with that. It has got intelligence. So any energy is there, it will go and make a very good, strong bonding with that. And also this principle applies for whole day. Suppose you are moving in the house or going out from the house main door. So whatever nostril is flowing, that leg should put out, right or left. And entry also, in the home bag or the office or the mall or the airport, wherever you go, wherever threshold doors are coming, you check the nostril, that leg only you have to put first. So you are protected from all kind of untoward incident in that dimension, that mandala. Like this is called Vastu Mandala, one house. So everything is mandala, even car is mandala. So when you go to the car, open with the same hand, put the key with the same hand, if possible, put the same leg on the car. So the car will protect you. Even accident happens, you will not get anything. Car will be damaged, but nothing will happen to you. And we have seen many results. Like, at least 10 incident reported, out of that 3 severe accident where car के चक्के उड़ गए, लेकिन उसमें परिवार को किसी को scratch भी नहीं आया. They followed this Swara principle. And this is called mandala principle. If you follow in the house, like kitchen, bedroom, living room, everywhere you start following, then even rats, mouse, negative energies, pisachas, betalas, whatever is there, they will all disappear from the house. Whatever fires energy is there, they will all go away from the house will become peaceful. So even mouse, rats, everything will disappear. Even mosquitoes start, stop coming in that house. You can find it out. So then you have to do every family member to every rooms or whenever go, because this is a science to practice 24/7. This is the only practice of yoga which can be done 24 hours, 365 days. हम कुछ भी करेंगे चेक करके तो हो गया ना practice. We are not investing time. You are eating, in the right nostril is happening yoga in your body and mind. It is changing all the energy without any effort. You are not giving extra time like you go for asana pranayam class 1 or 2 hours. It is activities and the nadis, right? So to just change the nadi, you have to check the nadi, put the leg. It is not going to take time. Just checking. Okay, put the right leg, left leg. And you can see the miraculous effects in your life changing quickly. Within 1 month, you can find out so many changes in your life. This is very powerful secret science. And I think you all should practice. This is the beginning, you start. And then if you like, you can join our courses to know more about it in detail, in tattvas, how to change the tattvas with the will, Nadi, tattvas, everything. Hari Om Tat Sat.
You said just to sit down after, so you just sit down in Vajrasana?
And keep the Pingla Nadi active.
Okay.
After the food, 10 minutes, Vajrasana. And then Nadi should be on for 40 to 1 hour, 40 minutes to 1 hour.
Okay. Thank
That you make sure when you have food, not during the food, your right is flowing, but after the food also, at least 40 minutes to 1 hour, your right should flow. Then shift left, drink water as much as you want, and then keep left for 1 hour and then go on. So you have to accordingly set the nadis. Thank you. Hi, yes, Sila.
Then we change to the right. And when we change, as long as we are going, something the right is going. Because if you go faster, then you know the yoga suddenly
It goes back. Yes, yes. Yes. I'll tell you. There are two ways it happens. One is like, suppose 12 o'clock you are having meals, 12 o'clock. 10 to 10:30 or 10 to 12, your right is flown and it has just changed at 12 o'clock. And 12:10 you are having meals. You did not notice that your right was already flown for 2 hours. That time it does. So उस समय योग दंडा से जाएगा वो मतलब left flow हुआ है तो right फिर वो left में चला जाएगा. योग दंडा से right में जाएगा फिर left में जाएगा. क्योंकि already right is flown 2 hours. So it requires half an hour to stabilize the energy principle of the body and adjusting that. So that's why it happened. Not always, because of that it happens. So if you want to have right nostril at 12 o'clock, make sure your left flows before that, 1 hour.
When you talked about the Griha Pravesh, it has to, the Nadi active should be the Pingala, right? Ida, right.
And you have to put your left leg in the house. The Pandit will be very furious. He said, what you are doing? Put your right leg.
Yes.
I did not cover that. This has happened thousands of years back. And people have just fixed the mind with the right, everything is right. No. The left leg, the left nadi and the earth element should flow during that time. If you do Griha Pravesam, it will feed that house with prosperity, abundance, and positive outcome 7 generations.
Guruji,
if the house is too strong to sustain so many years.
My question is a little different. It's normally you go through to an astrologer and he gives you an auspicious time. Would that time have taken into effect this aspect of the breath?
Yeah, if time is given, you can take the time, but the breath is important. It is more than that. Suppose you have very good muhurtas, very good auspicious time, best of 100 years you have got, and you have got 1008 Brahmins to chant the Vedic mantras during that Griha Pravesam, but your nadi is Pingla and fire or Ida fire air, then the house will not be conducive to live. It will create a lot of problem. So that's why Bhagavan Shiva has told, Na tithi chana nakshatram na grah vara devata. You don't have to see tithi nakshatra grah vara devata if your nadis and tattvas are perfect, because they operate and they rule.
So then
they are the lifetime aspect of the universe.
Right. My next question is a little something that I've observed myself. I think for the bulk of my life, I've fallen asleep lying flat on my back. But for the past few months, I can only fall asleep if I lie on my left side, which means the right nostril is active. So I was just...
That is good.
It's
if
good.
Your right is flowing in the night, because night is governed by the moon. And if you have left nostril, moon will become too much kapha and it will create imbalance in the body. So right will restore the balance of the body. It will minimize the aging process and all the distortion of the body. It will be minimized less. It will be more healthier. And daytime, apart from activities, you can flow your left nostril more and more.
Right. Thank you.
Swamiji, if you have a migraine already, which nostril will help?
What?
If you have a migraine,
you follow, there are so many things I have not spoken, like every day there is a particular nadi during sunrise, sunset, There are so many other practices. So I think if you join our basic course, this all will be known, a lot of other practices. And the curd I have said, no, early morning before sunrise, you drink 1 glass or 2 glass, migraine will disappear. And apart from the Swara Yoga practices, eating in the right nostril, drinking water in the left, passing urine in the left, passing a stool in the right, all these things you follow all together. Apart from migraine, other problem also will go away. Mental, physical, all.
Thank you.
Yes. See, we have a science of eating. There are 3 principles. The way of eating, I know, and time of the food. So these things has to be followed. So if you eat a balanced diet, not too much having sweets and too much of spices and all, a balanced diet like rice, chapati, dal, green vegetables, something, or salad, etc. So if you follow the time, like the best time of the breakfast is 6 to 7 up to 8. Best time of the lunch is 10 to 12, and best time of dinner is 5 to 6:30 or 5 to 7. So if first thing you have to change is the food and the lifestyle, and second is Swara Yoga, then these things will disappear. And you can also do the asana pranayama regularly, joint practices like Pawan Muktasanas. So this will disappear. All these joint problems, arthritis, back problems will all go. So you have to also little focus on the lifestyle and food. We did not have time to cover. 1 hour it will take to tell about the food, how to eat, how the senses are connected with the food, and just brief. If food comes, don't reject the food. Oh, this is not nice. So entire body has rejected it. Mind is rejected. If you eat that food, it will not be digested properly. So first, accept the food is the first principle. When food comes, you do pranayam, accept it as a prasad. And the second thing, eat with the hands. Now there is a fashion of a spoon. If you don't eat with the spoon, people will think you as a backward. Oh, this doesn't know how to, eat. You have to sit properly on dining table and all. No need. You can eat with the hands, because this touch, it has got sensor here. It can detect the nutrients and the rasas of the food and send the impulses to the brain. When you chew the food in the mouth, that time again rasas further information will be transferred. And when you take in the mouth, the smell will also go to the nostril. It has got the intelligence to smell what nutrients, certain different kind of nutrients. All the touch, eyes also scans the food. So when your Pingala Nadi is active, the vision changes. You think like normally I am seeing, but that time eye gets an extra power to scan the food, and just by seeing the food, your eye will tell this is more than what you eat. होता है ना कि जब कोई ज्यादा food दे देता है, when somebody serves more, you automatically say no, not that much, please remove this much, because eye has a scan and it has measured the food how much you want. So first eye scans the food and also detects certain nutrients and information of the food, sends to the brain. Brain sends to the through the certain channel to the intestine what are the enzyme has to be secreted to digest this food. So this entire process has to happen. Touch, hand, chew the food, look at the food, do the prayer. So all informations are passing, and then let go food to the stomach and keep your right nostril. And after food, you can sit in Vajrasan. You'll see how much you eat the food. Within 10 minutes, you'll feel that nothing is there in the stomach. You just try it out. After 15 minutes, you'll not feel any heaviness in the stomach. It will also try it. You should follow like that for food. So when you want to overcome all these joint problems, you have to also eat food like that, a balanced sattvic food, and on the time. Not always eating. Like keep gaps, 6-7 hours each meals. So if 7 o'clock breakfast is there, means 11 o'clock your lunch, and 6 or 5 o'clock your dinner. Because of weakness of the muscles, this happens. What happens? Our life becomes little sedentary. So we are sitting on the AC room, working on computer, going on the car and all these things. So hardly we have movement. So muscle pumps are not happening. So toxins are not being removed. So they stay there. So when they stay there, they start eating our muscles. So they start weakening. They start blocking the capillaries. So the blood is not flowing properly. So nutrients are not going. So cell has to have 100-day life. In 20 days, it is dying. And also it is weak. So sometimes we jerk something we do, sudden something got torn out. So it happens. So it is weakness of the particular muscle. So you have to also do the asana pranayam regularly. If something happened like that, you keep changing hourly basis, Ida Pingla, hourly basis. Whatever nadi is there, you change to another nadi again after 1 hour, this nadi, like that you go on to evening. So it will heal fast. Yes, we have 3 courses: basic course, intermediate, and advance. Advance is done in Rishikesh, that is offline course. And basic and intermediate is done online. So you can join. That is 5-day session, basic, 3-day session. That is intermediate, that is 2 hours each session. Basic has got 1.5 hour every session, 5 session. And advance is 7 days in Rishikesh, in the ashram. Timing will be announced on our Facebook page or website. And if you have inquired with us, then they will also send. We keep track of the information people ask. Do you have anything like people can give their name and phone number? So the most of the courses are early morning 7 to 8:30 or evening 7 to 8:30. 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. or 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. These 2 kinds of courses, and English and Hindi, 2 languages happens. So whichever is suitable, you can join that. Yes.
I have got a question.
Yeah.
In the pranayama, we do the anuloma, viloma pranayama, especially when the breath we use it. It is, they recommend that you will go slow in pranayama, like 2 breaths per minute, or even 3 breaths per minute. Up to that level you go. And the effects are, you get mental peace and all that. But under such conditions, how does the nadis respond to this?
Actually, pranayamas are done to remove the blockages of the nadi and purifies the nadi. So in 72,000 nadis, there are so many, several thousands of nadis are always blocked because of lifestyle. So we do pranayama to remove those blockages and strengthen the prana activities and flow clearly in the nadis. So when you do nadi sodhana pranayam, actually your swara will start changing correctly. Some people who don't do nadi sodhana, they have difficulty changing breath. So they will complain, Swamiji, I am trying with the yoga danda also, it is not changing because of lot of blockages. So pranayama removes the blockages and purifies the nadi. So then the Swara Yoga practice will be very easy and conducive for you. Most of the time, if you want to that this is one way, by pressing. There is other thing is not taught like this. We have yantras. I have created certain yantras. If you look at that, Sushumna will flow continuously.
That means if you close like this, if you close like this, both upper portion of that, will you be able to do the Sushumna?
Yeah, it will flow. It will flow continuously. And the advanced sadhaks, that for you have to have that yantras in front of you, that 24-hour, how much you want to flow. But we don't share much that one. Only for very advanced sadhak yogis coming from Himalayas, they are doing rigorous sadhanas alone in caves and all. For them, I give this techniques of yantras. I give them yantra, you install there and just sit and do, keep meditating there. Keep flowing your Sushumna because they want that. Yoga danda, you can keep 2 yoga dandas and keep mild pressure on both so that Sushumna flows up and down and maintain. Aapka?
I had a question about, the holistic ability of all these Eastern practices such as yoga and Swara Yoga and various other physical or mental, say, practices. Can they be reduced to a reductionist kind of theory where if I say I have a migraine issue, then the cure is I have curd prior to sunrise? Is it, okay, here is a cause, here is a cure. Can they be reduced to this, or would you recommend a holistic approach?
Holistic approach is required because we have various level imbalances on the nadis level. So this restores the balance on all dimensions: physical, subtle, causal, energy level, pranic level, physical body level, mental level. This restores the balance on all the levels. So it creates a holistic, complete health.
Right.
So if you target one thing, it is remove everything from the roots. So we should actually follow the proper practices of Swara Yoga, then other thing will follow automatically.
Right. So let's assume, say for instance, we have, say, Prasad here. Let's assume he's a student of yoga and he's not aware of Swara Yoga at all. He's done physical yoga. Will the concept of Swara Yoga be known to him involuntarily in his practice of yoga, or is it a graded approach, like one goes from grade 1 to grade 2 to grade 3, and grade 4 you learn Swara Yoga after learning physical yoga in grades 1, 2 and 3?
I got it. So sometime when the lifestyle is very, natural, precise, with the timing of the food, positive thoughts, not having untruth towards others of the society, truthfulness, non-violence, honesty, all things are there inherent, and person is performing yoga and meditation, then slowly the swara also start getting sometime balance and flowing according to the requirement. So that happens sometime unknowingly, but it will start restoring the balance most of the time, but not 100%. So once you know, you can implement 100%, but definitely it changes the flow of nadi into the right manner, and many activities supposed to be performed in what nadi, that nadi gets activated by its own.
Which leads me to my next question. Can Swara Yoga simply happen from tomorrow if I've not been a student of, or if I've followed a completely tamasic lifestyle?
Yes, if you start learning this and start implementing, it is possible.
I see. Thank you.
Okay, so shall we end here? Fine. Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat. अब इस ऑनलाइन लाइव सेशन को यहीं समाप्त करते हैं।